Hello and welcome to the final base tour. Base and build, I should say. I'm Intrigue, and we are on APMinecraft Season 2. There's the APM blimp, carried over from Season 1, right there in the background in the window. Here we are in the wonderful post office, and actually, everyone started right about here. I'm going to go ahead and show you the builds out here, and leave it at nighttime. Show you my builds, I should say. There are so many builds, it would take me forever to show you everybody's. Well, not forever. So my first build, one of my first complete builds on the server was actually the community enchanting room right here using the, at the time, the new nether blocks. The emergency bed's tucked away back here. Yeah, just did a quick setup on this and, not too bad. Probably wasn't my best work. I was just trying to get it done quickly so everybody could enchant. The team did a wonderful job. Rev and the team did a wonderful job of setting up spawn with all the streets and lights were here. Everybody who started had a roadway named after them: Sir Googleplex Lane, Procroak Grove. And since we're at Sir Googleplex Lane, this is the, let's see, what do we name this? Web Stringer Sales Co. This is our webs and string shop, and I partnered with Sir G on this, and he did the redstone. I could not tell you much about the design of the redstone at all. I did most of the decorations, based it a lot on stop doing that. Ring the bell. On a dark oak mine shaft, actually. I was thinking abandoned mine shaft is one of the places that you find cobwebs. So that just made sense to me. And of course, our minecarts have caught a couple of intruders. So for Halloween and following for Christmas, matter of fact, I do have my Halloween ghosts over here, which I tried to make the Christmas ghost present, past, and future. You see the clocks on there to indicate time. So, and Rev's custom blocks and presents, the changing color light cubes. The very latest build from me, the one that was only just finished, actually. I finally created a building for the honey shop. So there's a little bit of a storyline with this. This is called What's That Buzz? For all your honey needs. Rocco originally ran a general store, and this general store, it's gone through several iterations. It's beaten, it's run down. You see, it's made up of several different wood types, including some aged birch. Rocco, he didn't do well at his general store, so he had a passion for, he liked honey, so he thought he would take up beekeeping. And so he tried beekeeping and wasn't real successful at it until Trunk Traders from Honeycomb Junction, my base, swooped in and gave him a little support and allowed him to open up his honey shop. And here's Rocco himself right here. Not having a lot of luck taking the honey from the bees. They're very angry with him. But the shop actually does have the bees right here in it. And be careful where you step, because the hives are dripping honey. Yep, a couple different places. So, anyway. Oh, these are the builds here, and of course it looks gorgeous at night. And matter of fact, all these daylight centralights will always pop on at night, and you'll find these if you download the world. This is the corner of Procroak Grove and Intrigue MC Street. I'm going to do something I forgot about, and there's a hidden bed back here. Also, there is top secret underground storage here. But where I'm headed is actually up, because you can get into the beehives for maintenance through the door here. That's how Rocco takes care of his bees. See the hives and the thing back there. But one of the reasons I have this up here is I usually like a height to fly from, and you can see the wonder that is the many builds on APMinecraft. T-Snow Crash Bypass circles the whole island. Mushroom Isle here, and there's a few remnants like the AP blimp from past seasons, but our nether portal is housed in the large mushroom cow, which is our mascot for the season, and I just love the way they decorated everything. They did a fantastic job putting everything together. All right, but we're going to take the railway. That bike guy, TBG, did an amazing job of putting together a railway network, and we'll show you right quick. This is in the Nether, and APM. The Nether update was brand new when we started this. All right, all the Nether blocks. So the next season's going to be amazing. Don't get going through the Nether Intrigue. That's usually a bad idea. Wait till you get the minecart. Anyway, I won't show you the whole minecart ride. That would be boring, but I will show you the way TBG has this set up. It's very, very neat. For quick reference, people have their Gavin Crow, Lord Crichton, T-Snow. They have their pictures set up on ZebandKorgi. They're basically some of my closest neighbors, and Korgi was finishing up on here earlier. Here I am right here. This is actually one of the last days the server will be running, so I'm trying to get this in very quickly. But this is TBG's minecart track. You hit the button, pick your minecart, and the things people have built in the Nether amaze me. And I know TBG died I don't know how many times because it's Basalt Delta back there. Alright, we're going to come out my Nether portal, but I'm actually going to backtrack a little bit to the start of the season. And I'm not going to follow through bit for bit. I'll just do sections at a time, and we'll check things out that way. Okay, there we go. My Nether hub. I did a little bit of decoration. I had plans to do more, never really finished it. Had a couple of tunnels going through. Was planning to do something with a soul sand valley. Found it one time. Still don't remember where it was. Never wrote down the coordinates. Don't think I was recording. But here we go. This is my Nether. And welcome to Honeycomb Junction. I made my way several thousand blocks to where I had planned to settle down. And none of us are very close together. There are a few that group together, but I was out here solo. Happens a lot. And here we come into this huge flower forest with hills. And one of my main regrets is that there's a drowned ruin right there, and I've never actually done anything with it. It was awesome. It was here right at the start. I did do some streaming for a bit, and I built a couple things on stream. This is one of them. This was actually an AdultsCraft stream weekend build, and it is and I still have the AdultsCraft painting pack, which I think T-Snow created, if I remember right. So let's go ahead and get up here to the actual top floor where the actual lighthouse is, and you can actually see. I don't know why you're all the way out there, dude, but is just funny. Oh, oh yes. And I haven't been up here in a while. I haven't seen this view in a while. So there are several things back here that are different. But we'll go through each one real quick. And I have several floors here. Just real simple. And there's a quick exit out on this one. Not very safe one, but you know. And then this one has the windows, let you look out. And let's see. Matter of fact, I think I had to run in here and escape mobs at some point when I was building it too. Built a little bit of a bridge, kept it high because I wanted the boats to go under, but I think I made it a little bit too high. And I still don't have all the chests gathered up. It's one of the things I was trying to get to, but didn't quite make time. Well, we're going to get some rain. Okay, so since it's raining, we will take a look at the fishing area. Rev has several custom blocks in here that you'll notice as we go. One of these are these black dark planks, and this is kind of an experiment. I saw a different design, not exactly like this, but basically where the fish would just swim in and hop in there and you would catch fish this way. It does work. It does not work as well as my other fish farm by far. And there are two ways to show you that. One is from up here. And there you are. That's the other fish farm. Those are manually created levels because I wanted to be able to get squid. Apparently it's raining now, thundering now, so I need to sleep. There we go. Ah. Alright. Man, the pillager patrols are out today, I swear. The whole reason for that is to try and get glow squid, so I can actually get glow squid during in the farm when it's actually active. Yeah. Oh, I'm not wearing my helmet. That would be a problem. Let me go ahead and get that stuff on just to be on the safe side. So as you can see, the fish farms are over in this little bay area. I should have named it. This is a potato farm. It's supposed to be potato farm, but sometimes they start counting. Yeah, they've started on the carrots. Part of what I use it for is actually to several of the villagers will sell you golden carrots, so that's most of my food supply. I got it. I created it mostly to experiment with getting bone meal. He's kind of stuck down there, but it does work for bone meal. It's been working for a while. So he's standing on the other chest, so that's only half of it. The only issue I ran into was I created it too close to the village, so I do have leftover supplies over here. Next, we will actually go through the village and the bee farm. Well, actually, we'll do the bee farm first. This is a flower forest, so it's very easy to get beehives. Matter of fact, it's pretty easy to create beehives. You just plant trees next to flowers, especially oak and birch. What in the world are you doing in there? Oh dear. Okay, so we'll go into the catch basin here. So this is my honey farm. Honey bottles and honeycomb. And no, look at the back. They are all pretty full. And I just stocked the store as well. I meant to make another way up. I guess I gotta go through the main door. I don't like doing that because I tend to lose bees. See them waiting to come out. I should wait and do it at night. What are you doing here? And you. Anyway, this is over here. Let's forget where that button's at. Because I can actually drop the empty bottles back in there and they go right into the hoppers and down the line. Although I never had enough bottles to fill up all the hoppers, so it's very full. And have to apologize. There's still some junk chests laying around. Also, and with some of my honey as well. This is a riddle that was left for us. Lavister and Kahoja, they basically did a riddle that I think I did on stream, and I think I was the second one to solve it. And eventually, once the time for the riddle was done, they opened up the area, and underneath the potions shop is a replica of the Hogwarts Diagon Alley, which is very cool. Okay, but anyway, this is the bee farm. That, by the way, is Trunk Traders over there. We will do that last. And this is the bee farm, and around the bee farm, or getting to and from the bee farm, you'll see all these trails. This particular block here is mossy tiled cobble that Rev added to the game. It is absolutely fantastic. So we'll go around the village real quick, and so right here we have the rabbit warren. It's totally enclosed with fencing and so forth, so you can get in and out. And let's see, just a simple little house build. I reworked most of the village houses, and there's probably a lot of stuff in all the chests. I don't know what you're doing. Oh, I think I put you in here. I want to ride you around, actually. Might be faster. But that poor bee, I think, is by himself, and he's been stuck over there for a while. We'll get to that later. But one of the other things I did was, since it's Honeycomb Junction, this town I named Honeycomb Junction, because their main output is honey for the bee farm over there. And TBG has the railway station in the Nether, so everybody can get from place to place. So it just made sense to me, Honeycomb Junction. I wanted to do more with railways, but I didn't. Basically, that's all there is to it. But I decided to do this little island out here, and I wanted to put some sort of statuette on it. And I tried my best to do. That's basically a honey bottle. So the honey bottle for Honeycomb Junction. Okay, here we go. We'll just do a quick walkthrough on the town. I've finally finished the town, and these are, the redesigned. The colored wood, Rev, as one of the team, and Rev's, I think mostly T-Snow and Rev, did a lot of modifications, and I tried to use honey blocks too where I could. That's honey in the ceiling and the honeycomb there as well. But this is the lime, that's cyan, and that's the yellow wood. Those guys were pigs to start with, but now they're freaking frack. But I redid everything pretty much, and some of the houses are, let's see, this is yellow stone actually, and some of the houses are the same size. Some of them I made a little bit bigger and so forth, and I knew there was something I didn't finish. Well, that's all supposed to be dark oak. Do I have enough on me? There we go. You didn't say anything. Anyway, yeah, so even the dock is dark oak now. I also replaced all of the standard trees with dark oak trees. I thought it was pretty cool. But yeah, we have this here. Zombies still get a hold of some of the doors. I did do a few of them the sideways trick, so that they wouldn't knock them down, but yeah, some of these came out pretty well. I was quite happy with a few of them. This one especially was one of my favorites, and it has what I consider one of the best views from the houses. It's got the mountain in the background. It's got the honey bottle. You can see a couple of the other rebuilt houses, but you can look all the way across the lake and see the Nether portal and the snowy hills up there. It's actually liked this house because of that. I think this one also had a decent view. Yeah, this one does. And that's one of the farms up there. We'll take advantage of this bed. But there we go. And then let's see. I think that's all the houses. No, that's not all the houses. We'll go quickly through the houses. Tried to make use of some of the honey blocks where I could, since it's Honeycomb Junction. You'll find a lot at the bottoms in the houses, especially like this. I like the way it turns out like that. This one was quite nice and big and had this nice angled view of the river and the bridge. I initially did that bridge in oak by mistake and then had to change it out completely. And this one has another great view as well. Hey, squid. Yeah, awesome. This actually is a better view than this first one. It's one of those things. As I went through, things got better and better. Those views got better and better. What are you doing up here? Okay, run away. Anyway, I left most of the village pretty much as it was. I put the village bell right here on some of the custom blocks here, and the well over there also has the same style custom block. And I finally went with mushroom lighting. Took me a while to get started. I was actually working on a totally different project and didn't think I would have enough, but finally came up with that. I do have a couple of beacons. They're the haste beacons around. I actually have two I haven't even used yet. I bought those for sale. Okay. But then there's this little hut here, which has this nice angled view out of the ocean. Like the way this turned out. Let's see. Let's go over to the fisherman's house first. It's on the outskirts over here. So you follow the trails down. There's pretty much pathways going to each one. And then this one came out pretty well. I like this one. It had I actually did this one before the other one. It had that nice view. But it actually has a loft where the beds are. And it has this, uses the same window, but has a slightly different perspective. Never figured out what I was going to do with that ruin, unfortunately. Oh, I never came up with a good idea of how to use it. If you think of anything in the future, let me know. We'll go out a different way here. This one also, since it's the fisherman's house, we have a little storage setup down here, and it goes right down here to the bottom to the fishing docks, and you can just open up and fish right here, and access the boats as well. A couple of boats there, and places to fish, and storage for your fish, for your haul as well. And of course I put fishing gear here and there. And yes, replace these with the dark oak trees. And then experimented with this one in deep slate, and it actually worked very well. This is the, I forget which, armor, weaponsmith, one of those. It's one of the smith houses. And it's not stonecutter. I know that much. And actually, it was set close into the hill, but I actually dug it out a little bit and made it work a little bit better. And I think that one came out pretty well. That one I think I like too. The last several I had to do in a rush. I wasn't done by the end of the season, so these are basically the same setup as the original village houses. They're just I used cyan again, and I used the yellow again as well. Although this I think is the stonecutter's house, so it should have used stone for it, but you know. But I used the That's deep slate. This is blackstone. There we go. I'll think of it in a minute. And I wanted to at least do one build with calcite. And I did finally get this one done. I think it would have been a little bit better had I been able to spend a little bit more time on it. I think, but it turned out okay. I like the contrast to the dark oak and the calcite, though. I really do. But this one actually turned out much better than I expected. This is the shepherd's house. It's narrow, but I was able to get, a bit in here. And then I expanded the holding pen out back a little ways, and also left you a gate for access. So that, whichever animal you have back there, doesn't matter. But, oh, hi, Korgi. We've been off and on together all day. We're both trying to get things finished up. Although technically I'm finished. This is my basic tour. I'm doing 2 tours. All right, we're going to head back and towards the Halloween area, which, not this past Halloween, the one before. I did one this past Halloween that turned out really well as well. But, kind of left off on streaming. I would never originally intended to stream. I do like my bridge, especially for fishing and odds and ends, and it's just a good connector. One of the things I have not done is I don't actually have the lights here. But that's okay. Most of the roadway has lights, except from here to the other area. This is a back path, and I'll go ahead and tell you, in case you use this world, that area right over there, I would have loved to expand the village over to the actual Dark Oak area, but instead I did. I used that to chop my wood and regrow trees. So this is the back way to the farmland. I figured the workers don't always follow the main road. They have a path. So we'll talk about that in a minute. But this is the back way to the fields. And you see the fields out here. And I was going to grow them bigger, but it's amazing. Because a lot of times I don't have every day to play, and I work full time. So, but in the span of time that we've been on this world, I have managed to get a bit done. I put, when we're close to the water, because I did, what was it, gutters? Side gutters in the road? Ditches? Whatever you call them. I put water in those when you're near water sometimes. So there are certain areas where you'll see water as you go along this main roadway. You just got to be careful around that spot for mobs popping up out of the underground. Was gonna move the cows to over here. Again, no time left. But this came out very well. The sun sets right here. This is Bonehenge. Also, then when the sun rises, it rises right there. But welcome to Bonehenge. I do like Bonehenge. It was fun to make. Might have to do another one of those. And in addition to Bonehenge, I thought, just on a whim on stream, I thought, well, why don't we just have a bone man looking over Bonehenge? I barred off there are deep, dark secrets down there. So, but I'm like, well, why don't we have a bone man actually overlooking Bonehenge? And hey, there he is. So, I think we had best take to the air. But there's the village over there at night. I love the way it sits across from the lake, and then you have all the flowers as well. And then here would have been perfect for the cows, the animal farms. And then since the fields are over there. All right, but let's take to the skies and follow this road. I love connecting villages. I didn't actually do much with this village. It supplied me a little bit to begin with a few things. And I might have a few tamed horses over here. But aside from that, I didn't actually do much with this one. Didn't really have a chance to. Other than get it connected, which, turned out pretty well. And I do like this beachy area right here where you can see the water in the gutter as you're next to the lake. It's more of a lake than the ocean. The ocean's back the other way. But then as you follow through here, you can see the great pumpkin and the soul lanterns coming into view. This has turned out to be one of my favorite areas. Although I do like... he's a permanent resident. I do like actually finished up a little bit of this today. Getting all the spruce trees taken down where I've changed the color of the grass. But that fella I did in one stream, and that turned out so awesome. It's hard to see, but he's got eyes up there that glow. There it is. There we are. Now we can see it. The great pumpkin. I love that one. And that is the Halloween tree. And over here we have the cemetery. So we'll take a quick tour through some of the cemetery grounds. To be careful, you got to watch the cobwebs in a couple of these. This one especially coming down from this direction. But here we are, the cemetery here. Heads on the ground. Siegfried's over here rising from the grave, and Zombina's over here threatening with her shovel. And let's see. Ooh, this is spooky back here. It is. Let's get back out of here. Cool. This is actually the only one that has two entrances, and the candles make this awesome. But then there's another one right here. Oh, this poor pillager is about to be fed into a grave here. Ooh, and be careful. There's a fiery pit down there. Oh, goodness me. Oh, and then we have... Oh, no, cobweb. Oh, ooh, zilch. Zilch is in the ground here. Oh, and someone's about to go in that one. So these are very cool. I love doing these. Let's see, was that all of them? No, there's one more. Yeah. That's your grave there, dude. Alright, right up here we have a bit of a crypt. And, yeah, there we are. Zero's back here. Hey, Zero. And then, I don't know what this librarian did, but he must have been reading the wrong books. His head is back there and he's barred off. Ow. Hey, watch that. So, cool. Okay. And then for Memorial Day, I think this past year, I decided I would create a Memorial Day statue. And just, I gotta say, I did that freehand. No plans, just kind of had an idea in my head, and it actually turned out fairly well. I was rather surprised. And these are a couple of my more recent builds. This past Halloween was the Halloween tree. I love how that turned out. It took me far too long. Oh, you have a visitor in there, dude. No, hold on. I want to make sure I hit the skeleton and not the other dudes. There we go. Ooh, how's that for a shot? You doing okay, Zeeds? Bruce? Alright, so if you haven't guessed it, Zeeds is holding the seeds and Bruce is holding the spruce. You stay down there. There are some chests back over there where I was growing all the trees before they stocked there. And then, of course, I always have to find... Oh, I don't need these. You guys can have them. I always have to find create a place to keep my zombie horses and zombie horses. Really skeleton horses. Skeleton horses. Okay, so this is the fiery stables. So I created these, and there we are. Here's one of the beauties there. There's about 9 of them down here. I kept. I thought the lightning and the striking the skeleton and having the skeleton horses was rare, but it really hasn't been. They're all over the Mushroom Island. There's a whole bunch of them tethered up there. Oh, and I keep running into them as well. And then of course I made it look like, oh, I'm not finished. It's still going further, but I think this turned out pretty well also. By the way, there's an abandoned village over here, obviously, and we'll take to the skies in a second and overlook that. I haven't done anything with it other than when if you download this world and use it, there is a ton of spruce stored in the abandoned village from where I converted the grass by using spruce trees. There's two small chests in there, and there are 2 double chests in here. This is, by the way, Chapel Road. This section of the road is actually named, and this is the chapel it is named for. So here we have the chapel. Originally it wasn't quite in this state. I originally made it a little bit better, but then Halloween came along and we just ruined it up a little bit. Just went with the straight. I know it's not mixed stone, but since the abandoned village is over there, I just went with a straight cobble and mossy cobble, and that turned out pretty well. Also, if you really want to, you can get inside the Great Pumpkin. There she is. That black stone is what made the mouth and eyes stand out. And there is a bit of a top entrance as well. Matter of fact, I didn't take off from up here. I didn't even think about that. But there's the stem. Yep, here we go. And voila. That didn't work. And here we go. Alright, now you can get a better look at the... oh, I forgot the ghost. Yes, that ghost looks pretty wicked at night. So the ghost, I think, was probably... the ghost in the chapel were the first things. And another Vindicator. I'm kind of glad they've taken them out because of the patrols, because too many of them spawn and they don't go away. Anyway, so back over in this direction. Are all the hidden farms. Majority of them. You can see them coming into view. And the snow village as well. The winter village, I should say. I did put a... there is a reason behind it. But we're going to stop right down here. Actually, we're not going to stop. There's a hole there. That's where I convert the villagers to zombies and lock their professions. Because it's in Bedrock. It's Bedrock, and you got to be over 100 blocks away. It's more like 130 from the closest workstation and so forth. But we'll pull in here and stop. Okay. So this is Grimsaviour's Kelp Farm. Don't use this model. There's an upgraded one, but feel free to use his Kelp Farm. He has a great design. It works very well. Just make sure you visit his channel and use the most recent one. This is not mine. This is Silent Whispers Pumpkin Melon Farm. Oh, I know why it's not running. It's full. It's really full. Really full. So one of the things I had planned on doing, and didn't have time for yet again, was, let's see if I can swing over here just a wee bit and come up the side of this hill, was running an aqueduct that would feed some of the items from over here all the way to the trunk trader where all my villager traders are. And you can see it over there. See that flat overhang? That's it there. So I was going to run a line from here all the way down there that would carry the melons and pumpkins, so you would have those to trade with your farmers. And then this is a simple cactus farm. Standard design. Pretty much built it myself. Didn't really look at many tutorials on that one, just because they're so commonplace anymore. This is a manual sea pickle farm. It is basically the best layout you can get to make the sea pickle farm work. And up there in the sky is the second part of this right here. Dude, how'd you get over there? These guys are spawning where they're not, when I'm not expecting them to spawn, and they keep doing it. I don't know why. I think the spawning mechanics changed slightly, which is why I put all the moss carpet here. But this is the iron farm, obviously. And that's supposed to be the second part of the iron farm. I was trying to do a natural pillar that I could AFK inside of so that both sections would work. I think I made the top section a little too high. Probably only by like 3 or 4 blocks. But I never figured out that worked. There are supposed to be 31 villagers here. I lost 3 to a lightning strike because they turned into witches, and I ended up killing them. It still works admirably because there's still like 27 villagers. Some of them were replaced, so they're not all masters anymore. Stinky left that sign and put all the graves in. We accidentally started a raid over here. And I didn't have the villagers protected. And some of them died. Those villagers have been replaced, however, unlike my poor lightning struck ones. I do have a gold farm up there. However, fire tick is off in this world, so the lava trick does not work. And you need to know where gravel mountains are because you run through flint. I think there's like it's either 4 or 8 double chests that you can put flint into. I think I have 4 portals, and you can run through those in about 3 to 5 minutes. It works with the trident killer right here, so they just drop right here, and every once in a while I get other mobs in there. Let's see, I think that's pretty much it. Bunch of odd and end chests here as well. The railway track, I took up a lot of it. I apparently left some of it. I meant to clean up more of it, but that's okay. This is the villager holding tank down here, where baby villagers grow up and they're held until you need them, except of course for the green coats, where you can probably get rid of. There's still a baby down here. I'm gonna end up leaving villagers here as well, just because at the moment I should replace the other 3 villagers that I lost, but have not yet. So we're gonna come over here to where is my spruce farming area most of the time, except for Halloween I switched it around. And one of my original fishing areas, while I was waiting for mobs to be born, or villagers to be born, another lightning storm. I have not stopped recording yet, and that's the second one. Okay. Yeah, so I do have some cats here. As baby villagers drop, you'll actually see them run through the channel down to the holding tank. There is access here for emergency maintenance. If you want, you can, I get a double door because I realized that a single door does not keep them from escaping sometimes. So if you have a double door, it's easier to get them back in. So, but there are 4 here. There are 8 beds. So anytime you hang out here too long, you're gonna get extra villagers. There's a lot of torches here, mainly just to light up the area so I didn't have as many zombies and so forth. And if you wander up here like I did when I was hanging out waiting for the little babies, villager babies, you actually get a good view of a woolly cow from Minecraft Earth that Rev added, hanging way out and in very awkward position. We had too many of those for a while, so. But there's a spectacular view from up here. I actually wanted to do a couple of mountain houses that I never did, but you can see Bonehenge in the village, and you can see the roadway pretty much that leads here and there. And then if you come over to this section, you can see the Halloween area coming into view. Very cool, very cool. There are 2 farms right over here. I finally made a small berry farm right down here. It was convenient because it was close to the vine farm, but it's very simple. Very simple. Go through, pick the builds. I don't think I've even used it yet. I've not really had a need to. I haven't run out of the berries I already had yet. So, but this took me a while. I probably made it too big, but it works really well. I think it's Zoomovoid's original step design, and I just did the walkway like this, put the water under there, and then. Best thing to use is an enchanted hoe rather than, I think I used shears and 1 trip down and 1 trip back, and the shears broke. Yeah, it does pretty well, and I needed vines just a day or 2 ago. And yeah, that was just 1 session with the hoe there. So anyway, I think, well, there's a small farm over there. That's basically, it's a manual bamboo farm and an oak farm, and so a couple of very small pens. Hello, goat. That's a good place for you. This is the holding pen area we just came out of. We're going to go cut through this little tunnel right here. If you go through that little hole and go to the right, that's the Nether Tunnel. And then if you come up here, and let's see. Can you? Oh no, that's the other part of the setup. Right down here is a spider spawner. So this is a string farm. It actually does not work as well as the iron farm. For some reason, the cats generate more string. I guess if I AFK'd here for a while, it might, but I never really needed that much string until candles came along, and by that time the iron farm had I think I have 2 double chests full of string still at the iron farm. Oh, we didn't look underneath. Oh well, my fault. And we're actually going to run down here. This is the bottom of the kelp farm, by the way. It's set up to the auto smelter, so if I was smart, I'd have locked it, so I could have gotten stuff, XP. But yeah, the iron farm still works, even though they're not spawning in the correct locations. But just a glance right here, yeah, that's the iron farm at work there. We have plenty. It hasn't backed up into these chests. And I don't sort the string out. I tried to. I couldn't get it to where I would have needed more hoppers than I had iron for at the time. I guess I should have gone back and done that later. But it does sort the poppies out most of the time. And the poppies actually come into the composter and create bone meal. Okay, here we are at the snow village. Okay, you can see the iron farm back there. The green curtain is basically, and all the trees back there are basically to just kind of cut that off from the view. I built them a little too close together without realizing it. But all these houses I just pretty much free-formed, I guess. So I made them up as I went along. And I actually like, this one's one of my favorites right here. The design came out really well. I like the way it turned out. But this is the Christmas village I did, I guess a year ago. And started out with this little house here, I think. And then, because it was up on a little hill by itself. And Rev had added the color changing lights here and the presents. And so I did the Christmas tree. And those are the super bright lights. But there's a little Christmas village here. We'll just hop in real quick. Sometimes the zombies like to, and some of these chests do have things in them. So I do have it sort of cordoned off a little bit. So I tried to imagine if I had villagers up here. To me, this is the resort area for the trunk traders. This is where, when they're tired of doing their trading, they come and they relax and they chill. And it's a different atmosphere than down there in the big trading hall. So, yeah, a lot of these chests have leftover material in them. But I have a little seating area to overlook here because the view is really cool, especially over that way where I've actually built some stuff. And a little bit of a ice fountain. Thought that was cool. And each one is a little bit different. I don't think I did this. I tried to do each house slightly differently. I do have a couple of horses over here. Oh, Holly does not have a name. Oh, and you shouldn't be in here. But that's Jolly. That's Holly. And then up here, yeah, there's another one of those dudes back there. We have Jingle and Jangle. All right. But let's see. We have this comfortable, cozy place right here, with a balcony with a fantastic view. You can actually see my bamboo farm. It's pretty manual. And we'll actually go up and use the bed up here. Did I leave a bed in this one? I don't think I did. It also has a taller balcony up here. And that, that is Houdini. He is named Houdini, and he has been there for a while. He disappeared. He was true to his name. He disappeared for quite a while. And I named and lost Houdini 2 and Houdini 3 before I found Houdini again. And when I did find him, I knew where he was going. He is doing his levitation trick. And he will levitate there for, hopefully for all time, I guess. Making sure I hit everything. Missing doors. Alright, there should be a bed in this loft. Yes, there is. There we go. Alright, there we go. This has a nice little balcony overlooking the fireplace. And this is done a little differently than others. This is the stonemason hut. He has a little door out here where he does his work. And I don't know why the zombies go after some doors and don't go after others, but the same ones keep disappearing every time. And then those disappear and the other doors stay. And I'm like, I don't know why. So there's some hidden lighting under the carpet under here, because the soul lanterns only light up so much, but they don't melt the snow. I am excited for the lighting changes in 1.18 because that will make a huge difference to these types of things. So we have another one with a fireplace here and a loft, a double bed loft, which I thought was really neat, and a secondary fireplace at the top. So But this is the the holiday resort village for the trunk traders. You can either use those balconies here, or you can come out here if you want to fly off. And just make sure you have your wings. And just coast down to where you need to go. But I'm gonna take the railway real quick. So if you pop through back here, you have railway access with a present, and ho ho ho. But the Secret Santa sent me a gift, and we're gonna go take a look at that real quick. But I'm gonna cut it fairly quickly and not make you guys ride with me because it's a long train ride. Okay, so we'll hit the cart button, roll in the cart, and I actually have to go back to the main. Okay, here we go. My standard trip in. Everybody's trip in ends that way. But we need... oh, there is a gaming district. I do have a game there too. Darn it. Okay, I guess we're going there first because it's really close. I'm not great at building minigames. I have not done it that much, and I have very few minigame ideas. So, and a lot of my time on the server is done in short snatches, I suppose. I'm actually pushing it now. I should be going to sleep soon. Been a while since I've been. Kavais did Shootout. Korgi did the fantastic target game. Oh, there we go. Beacon kicks in. Korgi's game is actually pretty awesome and won the contest for the best game. And then I think I wanted to say Stinky built the bridge and made part of it sunken. And it was very cool. I love it. But this is as you see from the flower forest and the honey theme, this is my game right here, the Honeycatcher. Rules time, and it's very simple. So all you do is go in. There are slime blocks, there are honey blocks. You get stuck on honey blocks, you'll bounce on slime blocks, so try and bounce them as long as you can. Very simple. Of course, there's no mechanism to make the honey and the slime blocks work well together. So it's I put beds and so forth in every corner, just in case people needed to crash or whatever. Just planned on there being a whole bunch of people. You can go to the balcony and I give you a vantage point. I just imagined a whole lot of people sitting up and watching. So, and then in addition, you can go up to the the towers. Well, actually, this is the 4th level, and see, there's the blimp. So that way lies spawn. So that's not very far. And if I can do this right, there we go. Alrighty, so this is basically it. This is the Honeycatcher, and that was my game. And I did decorate around a little bit, so you see the dark oak trees with that one's got a swing on it. I should have done a swing at my base, and I don't think I did. So this is it, the Honeycatcher, my game, and we're gonna go to the Mesa real quick. Okay, mining Mesa. There we go. Here we are at the Mesa, and you can see people have been mining and mining and mining. This is not what we are here for. Not for the mining, not any of that. We're here for my Christmas surprise, which once you take off from that side, you can see come into view pretty quickly. So, yeah, my Secret Santa set this up. They were a much better Secret Santa than I was, I can tell you that. Server restart. Let me get down here and we'll go underneath. But we follow the path down. Welcome, Intrigue. And all the custom lights and blocks and so forth are set up here. And there was a bit of a hint of mystery. I love all the posed elves and so forth. Frankie and Code were both very good at that. And then Rudolph and Dasher were both here. Awesome. Awesome. And in addition to all this, there are little gifts hidden behind each chiseled block. Something else. Yeah, I'm nowhere near that good a Secret Santa. But this was part of my season 2 experience, so I can go ahead and show off others' work where it impacts, I guess, my season. I guess that would make sense. You can see the redstone tree. I did not have the heart to take it apart. So there it is. The Mesa secret. At least for me. I don't know how much of a secret it is, but you can see it almost from the portal. You can see the portal from here, but you have to know where to look to see it from the portal. Okay, so we've returned, and we're taking the bridge across. Now you can see the sheep and the so forth. And subscribe to Stinky, is what that says. He left the bee there. I had before I built the portal cover, the bees kept I had a lot of bees outside the farm, and they kept getting into the railway. But that's my oak farm, and bamboo, and just sheep and cows. Simple stuff. All the villages over there on the right, and over here to the left, there are several things. First of all, this guy is trapped in glass. He does not have a name. This one, however, up here, way up there, is Perry the Pillager. He has a name. And welcome to Chunk Traders. Decorated the pool here. We'll leave that in a minute. I'm trying to leave that for last. A little bit of a sheep shearing station. Well, there it is. The sheep despawned somehow. Don't know how that happened, but anyway, okay. And occasionally you'll see a cow tied up. Those are for the pillagers, so you can have the emergency bucket. But right up here on this side of the Trunk Traders, and like I said, we'll go into detail on that in a few minutes. I'm going to go into the caves real quick. If you follow the torch and the stairs down, I knew it was another thunderstorm. I knew it. Alright, we'll sleep. I don't know what it is right now, but a lot of thunderstorms. Okay, so the light is on when that is on, and if you flip it off, you're going to start getting skeletons, because this is hooked up to a skeleton spawner down here. And now that I've flipped it off, yep, there's one right there. That's new because he wasn't there before. Now, let's see. That does not always work the way it's supposed to. A lot of times you have to break and reset the redstone for it to start working properly. Although apparently the tridents despawned. That was a bug. An existing bug lately. Okay. Alright, well, I gotta make sure I turn that off then. But yeah, I forgot there was something happened with the tridents and they despawned, so Make sure to turn that on so we don't get overwhelmed with skeletons down there. I had another spawner set or something too that was down here. I know that led to something. Don't know that I ever did anything. I didn't actually do anything with any of the spawners other than the one skeleton and the spider over there. Because once I set up the trade farm, a lot of my experience was coming through trading, and that's where the majority came from. So we're going to look at the fish farm real quick, because these things are set up to coincide with this. So you're not where you're supposed to be, that's for sure. So here we go, the AFK Fish Farm. Alright. It's AFK because it works independently. It's the Magma block farm system. So let me show you where this goes, just so you know. It actually heads back out and looks back over this lake. And remember, we saw the magma down there before. The items actually are piped up through here. And this is that little lakeway. See the old dark plank one out there? And you can actually get there fairly easily if you hop off right here from the stairs and just hop up here. You actually come right out in this little gravel pit right at the lake here. And just a quick reminder, we'll hop over here and we'll look at it from above. There it is there. And now we'll go look at it from below. What we came down here to see is actually the Magma Farm, and there's a platform up here where you can actually sit here and watch. And I had 4 carts to start with. It works better with just the one. The carts kept getting stuck and knocking themselves off the track or getting on the wrong track. You don't have the problem with just a single cart. A little AFK setup, which is just far enough away to work. You basically, you just pop back in here or in there one, and if you stay back here, eventually it will start working. Yeah, I set up a item transport system where it flows through here, and then it bubbles up to the top. All right, here we go. And there we are. Proof that it does actually work, and it does actually collect some glowing skags. Mostly fish, though, which is handy because there are fishermen in here. Okay, one of my more unfinished projects, and Code was working with me on collecting some of the mini blocks from the trader, which is what these boxes are mostly for. Where I was helping Code, let me rephrase that, was going to do a train station running down through here, and this would be the drop-off for the trunk trader tower. When I decided to do that, I thought, well, that would be really neat to have a nice underground lake down here. And I have axolotls I can put in there, and I've forgotten to do that. So actually, I'll show you real quick where the axolotls are. Should you ever want to know that you can put some in there, you can put them in the lake. We'll run past the smithy because we'll get back to that in a moment. I do have a bit of a storage collection out here and an impromptu quick furnace setup. I tried to do storage in here. And for the basic blocks and the mob drops, I've pretty much done that. And then I have some odds and ends over here unlabeled, as well as mob heads, if you get the right data packs to go with this. That's a little bit extra wood. There are the axolotls, and a couple of the mini heads too. And a quick brewing stand set up here, and here's actually 2 extra beacons. I wanted to set up 2 more haste beacons at least. It's coming up nighttime, so we'll do a couple quick things and take a look at that trade tower at night, because that's really nice. This is what I was going to make my personal base. I have a fishing setup down here. The golden armor guy's holding my fishing rod. It's a very simple, just easy place to be protected from phantoms and fish. It's well lit, it is not a lot of mob traffic that bothers you there. And this was going to be my home stand area. All these little levels with this is, I consider this the roots of the great tree. They came over on this side as well. So there's a lot of little odd end spots here, and then you can get up here and have a look at the Snow Resort Village, which is a nice view at night. It lights up very well. And up this way is the top of the great trade trunk, the very tip top. And there are two ways up and down. But you can see the very tip top here, and there's a little balcony overlook up here as well, so you can see the whole area at night. You can see Snowy Village, and pretty much everything. There's another outlook over there. I'll show you in just a second. So we'll take a look at that first. I want to take advantage of the night while we have it, but this is the express down. It comes out in the smithing cave. Most of these fellows are asleep at the moment. And just real quick, on the way back here, there's a quick mine shaft mine access. I needed some lava, so I just dug it and placed it, and actually came out in water, which was a bit of a surprise. But this is a quick up and down. I forgot to show you the other mine entrance. The original one I used that came into all the mine shafts. But this is the Smith's Cave, and it is fueled by the depths of the earth and the lava coming out, and it has all the ores. But we'll take another look when they're awake. The other thing to see at night, if I can stop jumping around in the pond, is right across here. There's a secret entrance under the vines. Let me show you where it comes out on the other side, just so you know, because we sort of passed it earlier. There's a little hollow on this side of the bee farm, and if you come right through there, see there's the glassed pillager with no name. Should call him the pillager with no name. And then this actually leads you up to what I call an overlook. I had thought to do something with these, just build a little tower here, and then there are a couple places like up on top of that mountain, and on the other side of it there's a nice view of the bay out there. I was going to build two houses for myself, like my own Christmas house up here, and then my own house up here overlooking the bay. Never got around to doing those, unfortunately. I always run out of time. What took so long was populating the villagers and getting this all built up. This took longer than it looks like. Just not enough time for every idea I've come up with. And then every once in a while, and then of course I'm not a redstoner, so I have some of the things set up to do this sorted, but not all of them. And I even piped it more than I have done chests for, so there is that. There are a couple of entrances to this. This is a long and winding underground area. There's an entrance right back here. The bridge is right up over there. You'll see it in a second because, you actually have to open it from this side. This entrance right down here actually comes out almost immediately under the bridge. There it is right there. That's a nice look. But right over there where that torch is, that's the actual mine entrance. And I finally realized it would be a whole lot easier if I just did this little... Will zombies took that door too? Really? Well, okay. So here's my standard mine. Never put a rail cart or anything in. Just went down here and mined. I have a little base set up right here, and it just branches off. I can tell you that down in that direction, There's a lot of mine shafts. I don't remember what I did this for. Oh, so I would know where the main tunnel to come back was. And then way down in that direction, there's another mine shaft, and they almost interconnect. They're really long. Okay, so this actually comes out in a waterfall at the back side of this hill. So there's a very sneaky entrance there. Don't use that one very often, but it's there. And then I think there's I got a couple more entrances down this way. I never did anything with some of these. This is a cave. Basically, the waterfall is over to the left there. There used to be a door there. That must have been a zombie infestation at some point. And then there's two entrances at the hill here. This one comes out on the other side, and you can see there's the very tip top up there. And then the other one comes out closer to where my wannabe house is, I guess. My rooted house. I think that's what I called it. My rooted house. Yeah, it comes out right here, and then if you go up a little bit, here we are in the rooted house. Okay, here we are, the smithing cave, and a couple of smiths managed to get out because I didn't think about corners. Sometimes they just sneak out in the corners, and unless there's something there preventing them, they glitch out right through the corner. Which I've also used in my favor, so I can't complain about it. It just means that you need a more blocky circle area to contain them. But yeah, I have some of the smiths working here, and the ores all set up along with the lava fuel area. Okay. This is just another access to that lake down below, and we are going to look at the rest of the Trunk Traders Incorporated, which is essentially my large trading hall. First floor, librarians. These are all named, and except for the guys who wander around. There is a sugarcane farm back here. It's automatic. We'll show you that real quick. You should never have to maintain anything back here. The redstone still works properly. Let's see if I come back all the way here. You can actually, you can actually climb up here and see it. But yeah, it's pretty much set up. It's what, 1, 2, 3 sections? Yep, 3 sections there. You can see it. It's a little bit easier, and everything feeds right down to where you can make paper for the librarians for books. And also Zaphod the zombie is back here. Yep, you're still there. He has a cousin upstairs. They are for, if you need to get these guys' trades down again, you can do that. But yeah, efficiency 5, Morty the Mender. Some of these guys do have names. I did go through and name some of them. Not all of them, I don't think, but several. And then up here in these little holes we have Fisherman. There's Eddie. Eddie's in the current. Thought you had a name, but I can't see one. Okay. Apparently the smith has gotten friendly with the librarian. Okay, guys, I didn't know about that. Some of these guys had names. There's Bob. And it might just be that the name tags aren't showing at the moment. But, Silk Touch, there we go. Some of these guys get a little crazy in their holes. And I did go through and create, this is the express, all the way up, all the way down. And then you can also take this for every level. So, and it's gated so that any of the ones that are loose can't get off. But can get out, and shouldn't be able to get out that way. One of the farmers found a way out though. He was hanging off one of the waterfalls. But I have some of these named and labeled. But I'm just going to go through real quick and show you several levels. There is an exit with a little bit of a bridge here on this side, and you can just see from that point of view. And then real quick, on this side there are stairs. So either side there are ways up to single level, and then the express is only on the other side. We have map makers here. One of the things I wanted to do, I had not done, and is to put a map on that wall there, on the natural wall on the exterior. Okay. My time is limited, so I'm trying to rush through some of this. As I got up higher, I just populated a few villagers in each level. The only ones fully populated are like the bottom 2 or 3. The librarians on 2 floors, and then I was gonna label the floors with who was what where, but it's pretty much librarians, and I think clerics, and then cartographers, and then fletchers, and then these are supposed to be where the farmers are. The farmers were really good at escaping for some reason. But if I need farmers, there's a lot of them over in that other farm. There's at least a chest, crafting table, and a inner chest on every floor, so you have access. Stone masons are up here. And I really should have numbered the floors. Okay, so we have leather workers up here. And I really liked this one. I like the ones. This is really neat. Hey, Curly. Oh, this is Mo, Larry, and Curly. But I like the way this little house turned out. The mushroom house turned out for putting these guys in. Mo, I think, is over here. Yep. Cool. All right. And up we go. Almost there. Shepherds. And these shepherds are named after a popular book series. Matt, Tam, Rand, and Perrin are over on the other side. Not Lord of the Rings. The other more current, more recent one. Perrin likes to stand up in the floor, apparently. Rand apparently escaped somewhere. So, who knows? Old Joe, there's one of the farmers. See, I knew they wandered around somewhere they weren't supposed to be. Alright. There's one level that the, oh, I meant to cover that up. Oh, well, no, it's gated. They can't get out there. Never mind. There's one, this doesn't go to the bottom level of the lake. It has not been extended all the way down that far yet. And I tried to do a lot with greenery and natural stuff in here and on the exterior, since it's a tree trunk. Okay, these, where you see these blocking the stairwells, is to keep the villagers in their place. And this is the top level. It does have a bit of an underneath section along here. There's a little area back here. And then also you can come up here and there are a couple of fishing huts. And this is one area that actually opens up to where you can see other spots, and this I thought would have been a good spot to put a house. Just a wonderful view out here. Hey, donkey. There are probably several tame donkeys around. I have a tendency to tame donkeys. Well, there we are. Adults Play Minecraft Season 2. This has mainly been my personal base. I could not... there was too many other bases to fit everybody in. So, but if you want to see everyone's, some of them do YouTube. The links are on AdultsCraft Discord. And I usually have the links in the description. And for those that are not, the world will be available for download from AdultsCraft.com. We are starting Season 3 shortly, and I am looking very forward to that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a great time this season. Thank you for hanging out with me. This is Intrigue.